Jaron Boots Ennis will defend his interim IBF welterweight title against Roiman Villa in the headliner on July 8 on Showtime. Ennis stays busy while waiting for his eventual chance to fight for the IBF 147-pound belt. Fight fans, let's have a close look at the last fights of both boxers and try to predict the winner. Ennis vs. Chukhadzian. Ennis knocked Chukhadzian off balance with a jab 40 seconds into their fight. Jaron Chukhadzian mostly moved around the ring and avoided Ennis's hardest shots for the rest of the opening round. Chukhadzian kept his distance and remained on his back foot for most of the second round. Ennis couldn't connect with flush punches in that round, in part because Chukhadzian wasn't willing to engage. Ennis caught his rival with a couple left hands during the third round, but again found it troublesome to land with regularity against his defensive-minded opponent. The boxer from Ukraine tried to counterattack and he had several moments, but it wasn't enough. Ennis blasted Chukhadzian with a right hook in the 11th round. Chukhadzian covered up thereafter though and didn't allow Ennis to land another hard shot in that sequence. Ennis pressed the action again in the final round, but he couldn't catch Jaron with the type of shot that could have ended their bout. As a result, Ennis won the fight on unanimous scores of 120 to 108 from all three judges.
And then something happens low.
There's a great left body. I mean, and that's what makes Boots so good. Is
very much alive in the Chukhadzian.
Was again, you know, I wonder if that's a part of the plan for Boots. Chukhadzian.
Some of the maybe Chukhadzian by Ennis, another shot. Well, it's the southpaw. Every time that Ennis.
The valiant effort so far.
And all Boots Ennis. He didn't reason. Oh, there are a couple
more, much more to Boots Ennis and Chukhadzian's side. So off the upset, I'm coming to win.
Yeah.
Here against Chukhadzian.
And so we're seeing these little. I'm okay to see it. I want
human nature proper.
Chukhadzian in that part of the world.
The history books of overlook another.
The fact that Chukhadzian did not.
3 yards. 297 punches. Been total domination. Now we all saw what of his 20. Obviously, you want to win the fight.
Down Chukhadzian, Madi.
At the corner, but we all know
it means you're hurt.
Yeah, once you start becoming, it's Boots' fight right now.
Narrated. Can you imagine fight and goes eventual opportunity?
And also puts belief I can step in. And
I was still fun. Be the perfect taking on a Boots Ennis kind of fight that would have been.
That physical style has given fighters.
There's a couple of right hands, those deflecting them with his arms. Fight him off.
But you wonder if close because
Chukhadzian awkward indeed. A minute has elapsed and the last did it. Straight left coming up on the midway point of the destination.
There's a good right hand there and there's a left, but an uppercut.
Prolonged periods of offense over to make Ennis fighting. Well, working. Who would have thought? Fight on paper. Left.
Stunning fight, or it wasn't.
Right hook upstairs for Ennis, and here at Capital One are really good. He had his book, The Best Against. This is a subpar performance by Ennis, but he isn't able to steamroll this guy to the degree that he's done to all that bit of offense. Gets excited. Taking a toll. It's like a baseball bat.
Ennis might have unlocked something.
Watching as Rip looking to chip gold to his Philadelphia product. Control the fight from
Chukhadzian. Even in the second half of that 10th.
You know, being in handler department offensively, and then you abandon that. Very interesting. I did not expect it.
There's a great right hand from Chukhadzian.
Chukhadzian pounded his gloves to say, yeah, got him.
This is an accomplishment in itself.
Oh, big shot by Ennis. Waleed has done a very good job, and Chukhadzian.
I think this is good for Boots.
It's learning on the job against as you move up in competition and it is increasing. When you look at several Lithuanian and Montes, that particular part of the world, they are so dull. And we go the distance. Jaron Ennis and.
Villa versus Ellis. Ellis's speed advantage was evident as soon as their fight began. He pumped his jab throughout the first round and mostly prevented Villa from getting his punches off. Villa and Ellis each landed hard jabs in an exchange late in the second round. Villa stalked Ellis for most of the middle rounds but didn't land many punches as Ellis's elusiveness continued to trouble him. Ellis used his jab and landed several right hands while working off his back in these rounds. Villa drilled Ellis with a right uppercut that made Ellis hold him just before the 9th round ended. In the 10th round, Villa picked up the pace as he started the round by landing some solid combinations. In the 12th and final round of the fight, Villa landed a big left hook that sent Ellis down to the canvas. Ellis was able to get up, but he had to find a way to survive the last half of the round. As Villa continued to stalk his wounded opponent, he was able to score a knockdown with a few seconds left to go in the final round. Roiman Villa was awarded a majority decision victory by the official tally of 113 to 113, 114 to 112, and 114 to 112.
Davis was able to connect him. I think if
Ellis fighting the inside, he's able.
yeah, Ellis he's got
Of here at 147, you've got to be able to string together singles, doubles, triples, and just trades.
rounds. Utilizing the jabs, and he'll be happy to do this for the full 12 rounds.
Villa.
And I think Villa's coming forward with the 1-2. Yeah, but I think Ellis needs to be careful.
I think it's dancing time just yet, but that's how loose, be free. Throw a lot, get leverage behind your shots. Villa,
much easier said than.
I know that is calling out Jaron Boots, landing 73 jabs.
Well, because you knew it had to eat away at him. Villa hasn't really
and hurt Rashidi Ellis as we near the end of the 7th round, as the end won every round thus far.
Yeah, he certainly has, and there's no water, and he assumes it's going to change, and it's just not.
They have wobbled Ellis, followed by a right hand. And Villa picking up the pace, but time is as of the essence. There's a right hand by Villa.
In this fight, I can kind of coast now.
Big shots by Roiman Villa.
When every
big right hand. Back that Villa does have such a high knockout percentage at bay for the first two. Even with the loss, I mean,
that I believe your job is to make sure your fighter does win.
Yes. Oh my goodness!
Worried about all fight. He was able to avoid it, and he's lost all balance.
Ellis is going to survive, but not without high trauma.
The fight is over if he can.
And that ends the fight. Roiman Villa with 2 knockdowns.
Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.